All right. Yay. I'm so excited. You heard me. I was just sharing with Nigel. I'm really excited about today's boom boom. And it might not be long because if it just turns out to be the three of us, it is what it is. Ladies will have to catch us on catch up. But I was just sharing with Nigel that when we get into the week 6 and week 7, this is really the meat and potatoes of back to
Yeah.
basics. Because yeah, we're getting our food, the da 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 and all of that. But I'm at the quietest place in the airport. Okay. But now we're getting into the meat of back to basics with the mind.
Yeah.
It's the mind. And this is really, getting our steps and our resistance. That's all important. But that's not what we're fighting. What we're fighting is our mind. And once we're done fighting with our mind, the body will follow. It doesn't have a choice. Where else is the body gonna go? So, oh, Alan, Lena's here! Yay! Hi,
Hi.
Lena.
Hi, Simone. How are you?
Good. So I was just saying, we're into as my favorite children's TV show, The Backyardigans. I don't know if you guys have The Backyardigans over there in the UK. You'll have to look them up on YouTube, but I love The Backyardigans. And there was one theme song that they would sing, Into the Thick of It, Into the Thick of It. And that's where we are now in Back to Basics. We are into the thick of it with our week 6, week 7, our successes, our milestones, our next steps, but most importantly, our reframing of our mind. So I was just saying, Lena, that it's not about the food portion control. It's not about how much chocolate you eat. It really isn't. That's the side effect of what we got going on up here in the mind. Because once you get this in check, everything else will follow. It doesn't have a choice. It has no choice but to follow because it's the story. It's the story. And if you think to what your story is, I have my, and as a matter of fact, it's not even just one story. It's multiple stories that we get into telling ourselves. And I would encourage you between today and November 12th. So, because this is when Rachel is going to come in, I want to encourage you ladies to write down what your story is. Put pen to paper, because it's one thing that we keep verbalizing it and telling it to ourselves internally. It's another thing when you see it on paper, right? Because now it's black and white and, it just got real. Because you keep it up here, it's a story, and you get to massage the story, all the adjectives and, all the drama of what's your theme song, when you're watching those dramatic movies and cue that movie that's going to be, we can get into it heavy. So just like in your mind, you get into your story, I want you to put pen to paper between now and November 12th and write your story down. Does that make sense, ladies? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because again, as long as we also keep it up here in the mind, it's easy to keep spinning it. It's easy to stay on that gerbil wheel. It's easy to stay on the gerbil wheel when you stay upstairs. Because listen, you know what's going on upstairs is nothing but this. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Make it make sense. So now that's your first bit. You're gonna write your story down, and I don't know about for you, but after first of all, my hand gets tired. And here's a little, I would, now I'm not going to tell you the tip because that's for advanced. We're going to start at the beginning. Once you write it down, then I'll give you a tip if you want to continue writing it down. But what you find happening is you start writing it down. And I don't know about you, when you start writing it down, I want to see some posts in the group. It is going to make you step back and look right? Because now you're going to be that third person reading the story. You're going to treat it like you're going to treat it like the story that it is, right? You're going to write it all down. And when I say write it all down, I don't mean be cute. Okay, let's be clear. Because you're not going to sit here and lie to yourself and subsequently lie to me. You all are you know, I'm not going to let y'all do that. So when I say write your story, I mean write the story in its full. All the lumps, all the bumps, all the warts, all the farts. Tell your truth. This is it. This is it. And no, it's not for anybody else. It's for you. Write your story that you know, and you know what it is. You know, just like I know what my story is. Nigel knows what his story is. We all know what our story is that keeps us on the gerbil wheel of cray cray. and I'm trying to get you off. I want you off the gerbil wheel of cray cray. We are at an age and stage. Ain't nobody got time for it, boo. I want you out there living your best life. Living your best life. And you can't live your best life when you got the Wahala wheel. We're going to call it the Wahala wheel of, you know, of your story, that every time you have a piece of chocolate, you go into, nobody likes me, everybody hates me, I'm going to eat some worms. Long, skinny ones, short, fat ones, I'm going to eat some. Come on. Write down your story. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Confession's good for the soul. All of it. Because when you tell your truth and again, you're not telling your truth for anybody else. You're telling your truth for you. That is your first ticket to freedom, to coming into the woman that you are meant to be. Your story isn't who you are. I promise you that. I promise you that. And when you write that story down and you read it back, some of it you're going to instantly want to scratch out. Yes. Oh, Nigel. Oh, yes. Nigel just said, well, I'm at the quietest place in the airport, sitting next to the smoking room. I hope you have a mask. He says, a lifetime of internal dialogue. I'm no good at this. I can't do that. I'll never manage that. The energy we waste on guilt could be so much more useful, diverted elsewhere. Oh, Nigel wants to preach. Okay, Nigel. Okay, Nigel. Okay, you want to pass the collection plate? Yes. That's what I'm saying. If we held on to that guilt, how rich would we be holding on to guilt? Come on now, let that sucker go. There's no, you know, what if guilt was ever profitable? You know who guilt is profitable for? The diet industry. Ha ha! How about that? If shame is, who's shame profitable for? The diet industry. It is a billion-dollar industry for a reason. They are preying off of our guilt, off of our shame, off of our own wahala. That's what they're doing. Write down your story. Tell the truth to yourself. Set yourself free. Because when you write it down and you start to read it back, you're going to say to yourself, oh, this is not true. This is crazy. Oh, no, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. You know, because and as you write, and if it hits you, if you need to go back into your childhood, do that. Do that. This is about you getting free. And this isn't for anybody else but you. I'm going to keep saying that. Write it down. Write down your story. I don't care how far back you got to go, because these are the stories that we are still carrying with us, that when we go to eat, we want to overeat. Excuse me. We want to overeat, beat ourselves up. And it's really just the soundtrack playing in the background with that music going, that dramatic effect music going, that then now we're disassociated, right? We're not even, we're checked out, and now we're just stuff in the face, stuff in the face, throwing back the wine, stuff in the face, throwing back the wine. Let it go. Let it be. Write down your story. Because when Rachel comes next week, ladies, words cannot express how much I love Rachel Willette and this session that she's about to do with us in the next Boom Boom Zoom. Her reframing session, I hope as many as ladies as possible catch it live, because there's something about being organic and in the moment. But it's okay. The ketchup is all good too. I'm not knocking the ketchup. I'm not knocking the ketchup, because that ketchup can hit just as good too. It can hit just as good too. But Rachel, I just can't stop singing her praises. I shared with you all previously, and see, I'm able to talk like this because of Rachel. I did a session with Rachel, and she helped me to reach my inner little girl. I shared this with y'all, and she was the sweetest little thing, and it was like she was just waiting for me to come back and get her. So if you have to go back and get your little girl, go get her. Go get her. She is you. You are her. Y'all are us. I mean, you can't forsake her. She wants to be seen, just like you want to be seen. She wants to be seen too. Go get your little girl. That's why I said, love yourself. That includes your little girl. That's right, Lena. Yes. Yes. Lena, have you been hugging yourself? Turn your mic on for me. Tell the truth. You've been hugging yourself? Come on, turn your mic on. Oh, come on. Come on.
No, I've been, as you were talking about the guilt, the self-guilt, I've been very poorly with a virus for 10 days, and I felt so guilty that I haven't been able to do my exercise, and I've been eating too many biscuits, so I haven't been hugging myself at all, unfortunately.
See, what do you need to do right now? And who did guilt serve? The diet industry?
No one. Yeah.
Because seriously, they feed off of us having these up and down roller coasters of guilt and shame and not doing what we're supposed to do. First of all, we're the ones that tell us what we're supposed to be doing. So what we're supposed to be doing for who? Now, that means if that is an external point of reference, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, forget them people. They ain't paying your bills. They ain't your God. The person you're accountable to is yourself. Now, if that's an internal point, right? Then yeah, you gotta hold yourself accountable, but you can't hold yourself guilty. Those two just don't jive. You hold yourself accountable and you say, tomorrow's another day. It is what it is. It was what it was. You know, I'll reset tonight. How about that? I'll drink myself some water before I go to bed. Make sure your vaginal atrophy is in check. But, you know, have yourself, if you want to get clear, drink water. I can't emphasize drinking water enough. Drinking water will help you to get clear, stay clear. Because we're moving and we're grooving, we're dehydrated. We're dehydrated. We're dehydrated. I'm going to keep saying that until it clicks for somebody. We're dehydrated. And you're trying to make decisions and actions. There you go. Sarah said, drinking water is one of my non-negotiables. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Non-negotiable. Yes. Ladies, put in the group, what's your non-negotiable with yourself? We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Because when you write down your story, what's your non-negotiables? You're not going to deal with that no more. Holding yourself accountable. You're at an age and stage. Listen, word says, I spoke as a child. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I played with childish things. But when I grew up, I put childish things aside. We're putting these childish things to the side because you know what? As in menopause, we are officially grown now. It don't get no more growner than this, y'all. This is it. We're menopausal. We grown. Can't, you know, this is when you go, remember the movie, did you guys see the movie Fried Green Tomatoes? Oh my God, you have to see the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. And the character, she was one of the cat, I can't remember the main character's name. Y'all gonna have to look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's a clip of it. And she was pulling into the grocery store, and these two young little Thundercats in their little sporty car, Corvette or whatever, zipped into her parking spot. And she got upset. And at first, it looked like she was going to go into her victimhood, her story. Because, you know, that story stays at the ready. For us to go into that victimhood real quick. But then the next thing you know, she took her big old Cadillac and she started ramming it into those, and they came out like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? And she was like, no, I'm just older and I have more insurance. Deuces. Y'all, we at the age of stage. We the boss. We are the boss. So the reframing that it's coming, I want you to understand, it's going to make you the boss. You are the boss. You've always been the boss. It's about you really letting the Wahala go, right? Your story, and coming into who you are. I just, it's just, I can't explain it because it's menopause. Menopause is bringing us home to ourselves. So if you feel like a walking contradiction all the time, it's because your story is still going and your me is right there at the surface. And if you're saying, is that my me? Is that the me that I'm supposed to be? And if she's not checking some boxes for you, then baby, you got to get your me checked. But if you are really at that stage where, you know what, I'm good. I know who I am. I know where I've been. I'm going to start letting this Wahala go. Rachel's going to bring it for you, baby. Rachel's going to bring it for you. I promise you. I promise you. Because carrying the Wahala, that's where the weight is. That's where the real weight is. Let's be clear. Okay? What you're carrying upstairs is the heaviest part of the journey. When we let it be, and I never like to say let it go. I know I said it a bit ago, and I apologize for that, because trying to tell somebody to let something go, I feel it's very dismissive, because it's dismissive of whatever the situation was that you went through. So I don't ever like to tell somebody, let it go, let it go. No, we're not going to dismiss that like it never happened. It was what it was, whatever it was for you. However, I'm going to tell you to let it be. Let it be. You can't unring a bell that's already been rung. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. The Wahala is the heaviest stone, because once we let this stone go, the body is coming. It don't have a choice. Where's the body going? That's the beauty of it. The body. So if you came into back to basics, oh, I'm just gonna lose some weight. Oh no, baby. This is the real weight right here. This is the real weight right here. This is what you're losing right here. This is the real weight. Nigel said his morning walk is always a non-negotiable. Yes. Yeah. My walking for me is a non-negotiable. I can't go a day. I get fidgety in my body if I don't do my steps. So that's like a non-negotiable. It's like my body's like, why we ain't walking, sis? Come on, we need that hit. We need that fix. So yeah, my steps just in general are a non-negotiable for me. I'm gonna have to make water a non-negotiable for me. What I did was I put it in my calendar reminder, but then I had so many calendar events, my phone was always blinking and buzzing, and you get caught up in the day. I'm gonna make water my non-negotiable. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make, wait, Sarah has something in the comments. Hold on, Sarah, I'm coming for you. Something in the chat. And ladies, definitely use the chat for me. Sarah said, yep, Sarah's getting her steps in. She's walking around her kitchen and her patio while she's listening. That's right, get those steps. That's how you get those steps. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because what do I always say? Motion is lotion. Period. We're menopausal, ladies. We got to keep we got to keep it. You got to keep the motion and the lotion going, because that sedentary life. In Gail's session, sitting is the new smoking. Let's be clear. Being sedentary, not moving our bodies, that is the new smoking. Okay. And not least, as I said in Gail's session, heart attacks are the #1 killer amongst women, not breast cancer. That's marketing hype. That's the patriarchy. I'm gonna live just trying to keep us off our hormones, right? Because breast cancer is gonna kill you. Stay away from hormones. And that evidence has all been debunked, and they gotta walk. But see, the patriarch. Okay, what did I tell you all? When you all start to see me kind of ranting and diverting, you got to bring me back to my point. So the point is the Wahala in the brain. Wait a minute, we got something else in the chat. Somebody go. Sarah said, you never feel worse if you moved your arse. Do you? You don't regret it, did you? That's right. That's right. There's no regrets when you move your butt. I call it our blessed assurance. Get off your blessed assurance, capital ASS in assurance, emotion, and get blessed. Go get blessed. And when you move your blessed assurance, when I say go get blessed, it's your life. You're going after your life. You're gonna live. I told y'all, I don't play games about life no more. We're in a whole pandemic. Now is not the time to allow the Wahala story to continue its reign. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the buck stops today. I'm coming for your Wahala. No more Wahala. Put it in the group, put it in the Facebook group. Team No More Wahala. We're gonna shut it down, because we are a couple more months, just 2 months away from 2023. No Wahala in 2023. Period. We're gonna start to let it be. Write it down. Then we're gonna reframe it so that in 2023, it don't have the grip on you, the hold on you. That when it comes to you, you're not reaching for chocolate chips or anxiety or anger, because some of those are menopausal symptoms, but also that's a part of the story. Come on, we gotta keep it 100. We gotta recognize what part is menopause and what part is us in the Wahala. So when you get your Wahala together, then you can say, okay, menopause, I see you, but I got some breathing techniques that I've been learning. I've got some anxiety techniques that I've been learning, because now you're not feeding the Wahala, and you're checking the menopause, because now you're the boss of the menopause. Menopause don't run you, you run it. You got your HRT on deck, you running it. Let's be clear. So we're gonna get that reframe, and then come the new year, baby, new year, new you. New year, new you. And you can say that legitimately, because you wrote down the story and you made it plain that this isn't the story anymore in 2023. You can't you can't pour new wine into old wine skins. That's not how this is gonna work. So when you start to tell your story and you write it down, I want you have to write it down. This is a mandatory assignment. Man, because it's not for me. I'm not reading it. How am I gonna read your story? Come on now, stop it. And who else is gonna read your story unless you decide to, you want to post it in the Facebook group? Okay, I'm cool with that. It's a private group, but nobody's gonna see it but you. Be honest. This is the time to get raw, gut, honest with yourself. Now's it. This is it. This is it. I promise you. I'm trying to get you free. I'm a big movie buff. I don't know if you could tell that about me. The Matrix. There's a scene with Orpheus and Neo. I don't know if anybody here has watched The Matrix. And Orpheus presents to Neo 2 pills, right? The red pill and the blue pill. The red pill is going to keep you where you at. You comfort, there's what is it? There's comfort here in the red pill. You know that, right? It's your wahala. But then there's the blue pill. It's simply giving you the truth. It's simply bringing you into what's yours. So which pill you want? And remember, all you being offered is the truth. Is the truth. So you either you want that red pill. That's the truth. You see where we're going with this? Which pill you want to take? You either want to be free or you want I want to be free. When I got to menopause and realized how menopause is really coming for us, from the Alzheimer's to the heart attack to the osteoporosis, that was my real wake up to. I've been on a healing journey for a long time now as a trauma survivor, but it was really menopause that said, oh, okay, it's time to start living my best life right now. Not now, right now. Okay, I'm talking about another assignment, mandatory assignment alert. I want you to pull out your fine china. I want you to have dinner tonight on your fine china. Why are you saving it for a special occasion? Stop it. Stop it. Your life is a special occasion. You better celebrate yourself tonight. I want to see pictures in the group on your fine china, because there is no need to wait for Thanksgiving, Christmas, a birthday. Life isn't promised tomorrow. And quiet as it's kept, your kids are going to donate all your goods to the Goodwill. They don't want your fine china. They're not going to keep it, boo. I hate to tell you. And you holding on to grandmamas and aunties, this, that, and the third. Your kids are going to put in the Goodwill. I promise you. I promise you. Pull that time. Mandatory assignment. I want to see pictures in the Facebook group. I'll post my own. Because I eat off of my china. Okay? I don't play around with it. Okay? Because I mean this thing. I'm going to live my best life every day. Every day. And I mean that thing because menopause is here to take us out. And I say, I call bullshit. I'm the boss. And I know that my God says the number of my days he will fulfill, not menopause. God got me. Menopause thinks she got me. I got HRT. I got HRT. Okay. So my Wahala up here, And yeah, my Wahala does come to me. I'm a trauma survivor, but I recognize it for what it is. And I just say, I say the things that I need to say to self-soothe myself, to realize that it wasn't me. And at the end of the day, it wasn't you. Now, if you played your part, then you own it. You know the part you played in whatever it was, own it. Let it be. Let it be. So when we get to the reframe, That reframe is where your freedom is. And then you're going to start to see food. It's not, food is there as the side effect, or because you're triggered, and then you're disassociated, and then you reach for food. You're going to find you're not reaching for food. You're going to find you're going for a walk, or you want to do a resistance training, or you want to do a mindful mind bite, or you want to do a yoga session, or you want to do some breath work, life-giving things. Because you're giving yourself life now, you know. Or if you decide you do want to eat on something, you want to have fruit, or you want to drink a fruit-infused beverage of water. Life-giving, life-affirming, life-supportive. Because cookies, chips, biscuits, and wine, sugar, 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 diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, you know, expanded waistline, bloating. Come on, life, life, life. I'm here for life. My all-time favorite movie. And I'm so bummed that we don't share certain movies across the pond. But my all-time, hands down, top movie is Auntie Mame, starring Rosalind Russell. And she is a menopausal woman, and she's got fire, y'all. She is eclectic, and she inherits her only living relative, her nephew. Her brother dies. And it's not a dramatic story. It's absolutely a comedy, really. And I'll post a clip that I'm about to share with you to the group, because it's my theme for me. It's my theme. Her whole movie, and she encapsulates the whole movie in this one clip. And it's about life and living life. And the thing that she says about living life is that most poor suckers are starving to death. They don't know how to live. I don't want to be as poor sucker. I'm done being a poor sucker. I'm not going to starve myself to death. No more wahala. I'm not starving myself. No more wahala. Done with that. Live. I'm going to post a clip of the movie into the group so you all can get. And I wish, if you had it on Amazon, I highly recommend it. Because this movie, it's an inspiration for me. I love Auntie Mame. I love it so much. My whole family, we're addicted to it. We know the whole movie backwards and fronts. I could quote movie, my niece. I hooked her onto that movie when she was 7 years old. She's 19 now. And whenever I spend the night, or she spends the night here, the first thing she says to me is, "We're going to watch Auntie Mame, right?" I'm like, "Say less, sis." Now, between the two of us, we done watched this movie over 100 times. Please buy it on Amazon. This movie will bless you, okay? Because, Nigel's about to board. Okay, Nigel, safe travels. See you on the flip side. Is he still? Okay. Oh, I don't know if he can hear us. Somebody tell him bye-bye for me. Oh, okay. All right, bye, Nige. Oh, and Lena says, steps are my non-negotiable. While I have been sick, I haven't been able to do them, and I feel so guilty. Well, but I'm listening to you. I will try and let it go. Next week, I will be on holiday. Yeah. That guilt, Lena, no steps. For what? Man, so you didn't get your steps done. Hey, did you move your body? How about that? See the reframe. Did you move your body? Because it's not about not getting it all. As I've always said, something is better than nothing. My non-negotiable. Did I share my non-negotiable? I can't remember. Yeah, not you were sick again. Yeah, right, Lena. Yes, you were sick. Absolutely, you were fit. Come on now. Y'all, we got to stop this. This is another post I'm gonna put in the group because I've been watching y'all in the group. Don't think I'm not watching y'all. We got to stop this Wonder Woman mentality. When you feel sick, ain't nobody asking you to do 10,000 steps. Ain't nobody out here. Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. Oh, no. You got to listen to your body. You down. Hydrate. Chicken noodle soup. And then you come back. But you got to respect your body. Listen to the body. And ain't no feeling guilty about that. Wahala. We're going to recognize the Wahala ladies. I'm here for it. I'm going to call it out when I see it because I want you to be free. I want you to live your best life so that instead of saying to yourself, I didn't do any steps or I didn't get anything done, and then that guilt, see the reframe. See, I'm a Rachel junkie. I'm a Rachel, oh, what's the word? Oh, come on, menopause. Cult follower, if you will. The reframe is, I didn't get my steps in today, but I did do XYZ. Yes, Sarah, that's right. Sarah said in the comments, thank you, Sarah, for saying that. I'm gonna read it. Said, you'll still be surprised how many steps you managed to do, Lena, if you're still managing to potter around the house looking after your family. Man, ain't that the truth? You can easily still get 3,000 or so steps does not mean being out in these streets. Steps is moving your body, point blank, period. Okay? However you get it in. 10,000 is the goal. Anything extra is the cherry on top. Okay? But we're gonna, no more Wahala. So your assignments are to write your story down between now and November 12th. Write your story down because I want you prepped and ready for Rachel's upcoming session. I promise you, because I'm gonna get y'all free. Okay? I'm doing the best I can. I'm gonna get y'all free. I want you to write down your story. Again, it's your story. It's for nobody else but you. You are not obligated to share it with anybody, period. Okay? I want to see you posting pictures on some fine china because you're going to live. Okay? You're not waiting for no holiday. You're not waiting for no birthday. Okay? You're going to live today. You're going to, and when you find that it just makes you feel better. When you come into it, when this stops, when the Wahala wheel, that's what we were calling it. You have no fine china, girl, get your fanciest plate that makes you, that you would put on whatever it is, whatever your fancy plate is, use your fancy plate. If you don't have fine china, use your fancy plate, okay? Look, I'm gonna show you. Stay with me, ladies. You know what this is? You see this? Yes. When Her Majesty the Queen became the longest reigning monarch, I ordered this from the Buckingham Palace shop. And I drink out of this because I too am a queen. And I'm gonna live my best life every day. And you see she got what she lived to be 96. God rest her soul. I am a queen. Okay, let's be clear. So when I make my cuppa, all right. And this is I don't play with this. I'm free. You want to be free? I can get you free, but we gotta stop spinning the Wahala wheel. We gotta let it be. Let it be. We're going to write it down, and then we're going to reframe it so that you can come into the fullness of the womanness of who you are. Because after, I got another good session. I'm a sneak preview the session after Rachel's session. Little sneak preview. We're going to start talking about the divine feminine energy. Little sneak preview. I don't want to say too much. But we're going to get into it because I want you to be free. And I want you to walk in the fullness of who you are and your purpose. And it's not about the chips, the biscuits, the cookies, the wine. It really isn't. It's the Wahala wheel that has your attention diverted onto the chips, the cookies, the biscuits, the wine, the guilt, the shame. It's the Wahala wheel. Okay. So we're going to start to get off, and I can't wait, because you start to get off the Wahala wheel. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel lighter. I'm telling you, because people are like, oh, you're so energetic, because I'm not holding anything. I'm free. I'm not holding anything. I'm not, I know who I am. I know where I've been. I like to believe that I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm free. And I'm not here to appease anyone. You know, my motto now is you gotta love me or leave me alone. You gotta love me or leave me alone. Because I don't, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm mine. I don't need to be your cup of tea. I just need to be mine. And I'm all right with that. I'm free. I am absolutely free. Wait, who's in the, somebody? Oh, okay, Lena, you're going to be watching on catch up. Okay, you're watching on catch up. So really, lady, oh, you're so sweet, Lena, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, flattery will get you everywhere. Okay, I see what you're doing there. Flattery will get you everywhere. But really, ladies, I want you, Sarah, but am I making sense? Right? Am I, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to come across judgmental or preachy, because I'm that's not it. That's not my goal. That's not my intention. I legit want, I'm very passionate about women's health, mental health, spiritual health, physical health, menopausal health. And when we get to this age and stage, I want us all to be free. And I have an interview that I did with Nigel when I first joined Back to Basics. I think it's either in the lifestyle group or in the menopausal group. But the thing about it is that we've spent our entire life, the Wahala wheel, and then the matrix, the red pill. And the red pill consisted of everybody else being first and us being not even dead last, just not even considered. Whether that is by default or by choice, because life is about choices. Let's be clear. We make choices every day. Whether it's by default or by choice, we're not even on the list. But what menopause has come as such a time, whether it's an early menopause or natural menopause, a surgical menopause, for me, menopause is menopause. It's bringing you home to yourself. It's keeping you in line with yourself. It's keeping you accountable to yourself, so that if you end up eating that bag of chips and you feel guilty about it, well, that's you holding yourself accountable. But what did that really prove, holding yourself guilty like that? Because you held on to the Wahala wheel that didn't allow you to say, oh, well, I just needed, I had those chips, but I also ate some carrots because balance. It's not all or nothing. You are doing, don't act like you having the chips was the end of the world when you've been handcuffed portion sizing, you've been, reducing, you know what I mean? You've been having your half plate bet. If you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then you go and you have a bag of chips and you feel guilty about that, why? When you're doing your resistance, when you're doing your restorative and you have some chips and you feel guilty, why? Because also, let's be clear, we're human. We're human. We're not, what I told you, we're not dun, 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 Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. If you spin around and you break out into Wonder Woman, I'm gonna wait right here and watch. I'm waiting to see somebody spin around and turn into Wonder Woman. Because we're human. Human. I don't want to make guilt and shame, those feelings. I don't want to make them to be bad feelings. Let me be clear, because I don't want somebody to watch this on catch up and be like, well, I feel guilty. Let me be clear. Feelings are not right or wrong. They just are. And we're entitled to feel them. Let me be clear. So you are always entitled to feel your feelings. You just have to let it be. Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, see, yeah. People at my job think I'm Wonder Woman too. But I had to check them all and let them know that I'll get to them when I get to them. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna pull at me like I'm like I'm an octopus with 10,000 arms. That's not how this is gonna work. Okay, but again, your feelings are not right or wrong. We all have feelings: guilt, shame, embarrassment, regret. There's I'll post something else to the group, the emotions wheel. Because when you identify your emotions, you're entitled to feel them. Nobody's saying not to feel them. We're saying recognize them for what they are and let it be. And then you're free. That's all. That's all. You just let it be and then you're free. Because as I said earlier, you can't unring a bell that's been rung. So if you immediately feel guilty about something, you can't unring that. Right? Like, you feel that now. That's not going anywhere. And it's not going to go anywhere until you reframe it. Ha ha. Because really, if you reframe the guilt, you'll see what the real truth is behind it. Because guilt is the cover to the actual story that doesn't want you to see it. The shame, here's the story, and here's the guilt on top of it. When if you just look at just look at the story and say, oh yeah, well, I did speak badly to XYZ. I did talk about their mama. I did tell them that they looked like they had on 2 bozo shoes and their wig was crooked. Like, I did come out of my character, so I do feel a bit guilty about that. Then, okay, then that's legit. You know what I mean? You're gonna recognize the story. But if you're gonna not recognize the story and put the guilt on top of whatever the story is, now you're carrying 2 stone. And then you're gonna go and eat some chips. So see how that happened? Like, but the reframe, baby, it's the reframe for me. Okay, so look, ladies, that's it. That's what I got for you. All right, I want to see those fancy plates in the group. I want to see you, I want you to write down your story. Okay, and I'm going to put some posts in the group. But I want you all to begin to recognize your Wahala wheel. Okay? Okay? And remember, red pill is the Wahala wheel. Blue pill is your truth, is your freedom. Okay? All right, so we're going to get out of here. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are putting, see, That was that. Oh, you said that was Family Sloan. Highly recommend. Oh, great session. Yo, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. And so look, yeah, it's what's needed, expected as a mom. Yeah. Being a parent ain't for the weak. It's not for the weak. I got to go help my sister out right now with my niece. So I get it. I'm back up. I'm back up to the front line. I'm the front line backup right here. So I'm getting ready to come in heavy. But again, ladies, be free today. Okay? If you feel if that Wahala wheel starts, write it down instantly. Okay? There's a don't wait till, and here's another thing. Don't wait till, oh, it's the end of the night and I'm gonna sit down. No, because you don't know when your story is gonna pop up. Okay? So whenever your Wahala wheel pops up, yes, there's a time if you want to sit down and write out a long, dedicated, story, your story, that's fine too. But I'm saying your Wahala is going to pick up anytime. Anytime Wahala sees you doing the right thing, Wahala is going to come for you. Write it down. Call it out. Okay? So that you'll be ready for the reframe with Rachel on the 12th. Okay? All right. I love you. Always thinking of you. I'm out. Peace out, ladies.
Bye. Bye.